Out of Death. So this is the newest and latest Bruce Willis VOD movie that is a trend now. Bruce Willis, like he was big in the 80s and 90s, and now in the 2000s he's gone on this trend on going to video on demand, cheaply made action movies. For example, 10 Minutes Gone, one I recently did a review on my channel, Trauma Center. Like, I don't think Bruce Willis is a bad actor. I think he's good, and he's proven that, like, time and time again with movies from the 80s, in his golden age of cinema, if you want to call it that. He was really good, like all the Die Hard movies. I think he is really good in, and there's some level of acting in them. And even in some of his VOD movies, like Trauma Center, I actually liked Bruce Willis in that. And so, how is Bruce Willis in Out of Death, being his newest movie in his VOD trend? Bruce Willis, he is okay in this. He's definitely watchable. As far as his delivery of dialogue, that like it was fine. I feel like that's what I'll used a couple time and time again to describe his performance in this movie is fine. This is definitely not the worst I've seen Bruce Willis. He definitely feels like he is acting, and he is putting some effort into it, because he does have a bigger role in this than you would expect. But then on the other hand, he's also in the background of this movie, like quite a bit. And there's like a middle point where he's off screen for like a large, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and then he shows up. Then he shows up at the end, and he looks at this news report on the on the TV and all that. But yeah, like I think Bruce Willis, I think he's fine. He doesn't really get involved in any of the action in this movie. But yeah, like I think his performance is fine. I think his character, on the other hand, I think is pretty good. I think he has a pretty believable and a pretty solid character here. Which I really dug his character. And as far as the other performers and the other actors in this movie, our main actress, our main lead, she is really good in this movie. Like, I thought she did a really good job, not only in the physicality of being in an action movie, but also from a dialogue and delivery standpoint. I thought she was really good in this movie. Everybody else was for a video on demand movie, like all of the performances were okay in this movie. Another thing I did like about this movie, is the color scheme. This is a very unique color contrast and scheme and theme here, where it's very dimmed down. It's very grey, with only a very few colors, and this is, I think, the first time actually seeing this. And at first, when I first saw it, I was just like, I wasn't sure how to feel about it. But then as the movie progressed, I could see where the movie was going. I could see why they decided on the grey scheme of things. And so yeah, and plus I thought it was a really unique way to present a movie to an audience. And actually having the balls to actually do something different, as well. What am I missing? The direction. The direction in this is the direction is pretty good. Like, I don't want to trash any of the direction in this, but I thought the director, I thought he did a really good job for the script that he was handed. I'm not sure if the director, John Cohen, I think is his name, I'm not sure if he had any involvement in the writing process. I think he was an executive producer on the movie. And yeah, like I thought, I thought there was some really well done directed sequences in this movie. There's one scene in particular which is a challenging scene because he has to shoot one of his one of his partners, that are one of his partners like that are in that she's in like agonizing pain. You know, but like that entire sequence was beautiful, and was really well directed. So yeah, I think overall, like I don't think this is a bad movie. Would I watch it a second time? No. Like I've seen it once, and I think this is a once-off viewing. If you don't like Bruce Willis's video on demand movies, like I don't think you will like this. If you're a fan of action movies, this movie doesn't really have anything that really I get that is a game changer to this genre. But yeah, like I think there is certainly fun. Yeah, this. If you're if okay, here's the thing. If you're just looking for like dumb fun, this movie doesn't have that. Like, there's not a whole lot of action. There's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of shootouts. There are quite a few chase scenes in this that like that are entertaining. There is some good suspense. There is some good intensity in the movie. So yeah, like I think at the end of the day, like I think yeah, this is an okay movie, but I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it a second time. So yeah, they're my quick thoughts on Out of Death.